Hello and welcome to Brodual. This time we have Living Takes Time. This is a mod that attempts to increase immersion by making certain activities actually take time out of your in-game days. The mod's broken down into several categories that can be fully controlled in a mod menu. The way it works is simple. For certain activities the mod adds a set amount of extended time. So for example, if you craft something or spend time training, then a couple of hours would pass. However, for nearly all types of menus, whether it be merchants, lockpicking, reading or others, the mod will independently track the amount of time you spend and then add all of that time to your new adjusted day. In most cases the mod behaves in a way that's extremely immersive. So imagine you're outdoors reading books and then when you step outside you'll clearly notice time actually went by as you were reading. There's similar effects for bartering too, as well as spending time speaking with merchants. So if you spend a while with a merchant then you'll notice the day go by when you step outside. However, one of the downsides of the mod is that it can't change the time of day while you're actually in the menu, whether it be a book, a training menu, or even just your inventory. That's because of a limitation in the game engine, and it means if you spend long enough in a menu that usually freezes time, there'll be a noticeable jump as you can see on screen now. Generally this isn't too much of an issue, but it's really going to come down to the player. If you tend to spend too long in menu screens while outdoors and you don't really like seeing a noticeable jump in time, then this probably isn't the mod for you. From our testing, we didn't find it to be too much of an issue. The vanilla game is 20 times faster than real life, so a full Skyrim day is 72 real life minutes. So considering you're only ever in a single menu for a minute or two at a time, there would only be a 20 to 40 minute in-game difference at the time of day, which is barely noticeable and the jump in time won't be distracting at all. Another important and optional feature is disabling your ability to enter a menu while in combat. So just as you can't fast travel during combat in the vanilla game, the mod lets you disable menus while in combat too. This not only helps the jumping issue I mentioned earlier, but we also think it's great for immersion and mixing up how you approach certain combat situations. So you can no longer pause combat to casually loot an enemy's friend who you just killed in front of their very eyes. Over time the author has updated the mod to include several new features. The most recent update made it so your current skill level actually decreases the amount of time passed for certain activities, which makes sense and works as a subtle way to show character growth. There's a bunch of other more detailed conditions too. For example, the amount of time taken when crafting depends on the type of gear you're making. So making a simple pair of boots won't take anywhere near as long as forging an entire piece of body armor, which is another great bit of extra detail. Overall, this is definitely the type of mod that's going to come down to personal preference. The author even knows this, and that's why the mod menu makes everything fully customizable. You can turn nearly all of the features on or off individually, as well as tweak things like the rate at which time passes, or how your skill level affects the system. So if you're interested in the mod then you can find a link down below, and as always be sure to leave a note on any mod you enjoy, and thanks for watching.